Creator gang is undefeated. Creator gang is undefeated. Know that. Know that. They not like us. Separate the real from the fake is a must. We stand on Creator and no God we trust. Team Kemet got crushed into powder and dust. Woo! Kemet looking bad now. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many men down? Look at us all running, ducking, trying to skip town. Now power one it in. You Hebrew, what you Kemet now? Siding with the people that enslaved your own people now? Chop you up into pieces and throw you in the river now. Bet you right beside you, get ate by Kemet, crack it down. Look, we got them running, covering square miles. Scared to death, what's left only to take the crown. Get smashed down on your own stomping ground. We took over like the Hicksons on your turf doing a disco. 2-stepping, no half-stepping with the info. You wouldn't even know the book of the dead, bro, if it wasn't for the translation done by my sparrow. Your time's narrow, semi-missiles blow out your arch arrows. Arches down, so goes the pharaoh. I saw him reading the glyphs like he an expert. But where he learned that from? This about to hurt. First translation came from Samuel Birch. European Egyptology gave you it first. You couldn't translate a bird to a word without looking up them European definition verbs. Y'all niggas acting like y'all blackity black. Frontin' to the people, man, y'all niggas actually whack. Your pathetic comedic creation meant it's a trap. The blind leading the blind with no actual facts. Shabario Saze, you softer than Sade. Come to find out he followed Yahweh. That was your execution. You par Rosicrucian. Western thought you using. You are quite confusing. Don't know what you doing. How my eye got you moving. Right now you are losing. At your wake I'm viewing. R.I.P. communion. Mummy wrapped in ruin. OSP is ruling. Science has been proven. All motion moving. You live in an illusion. Who you think you fooling? Think you need some schooling? It's like Reggie out here living in a ghost town. Walking around like I see dead people around. I don't believe in spirits, but I believe them now. Stuttering Stanley, you can have a seat now.
Stuttering Stanley, stuttering Stanley, stuttering Stanley, stuttering Stanley. Shut up, you freak.
Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. 69 gods, 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. 69 gods, 69 gods. Creator gang is undefeated. Creator gang is undefeated. And it's gonna remain that way. And it's gonna remain that way.
Welcome to the Jehovih Chronicles with your host, Cosmon Cal.
That's right. It's your hostess with the most. It's on fire like the toast is. Your naga, your nerve, fresh off of the curve, jelly, jam, and preserve. Cosmon right back at it. Unless you've been under a rock somewhere, a major ripple was set off in the conscious community a little over a week ago when the Creator gang, you dig what I'm talking about? Shout out to them boys. Malachi Maccabee, Selah Shalom, Daryl Cosmon, and yours truly, the Cloud Kicker, went through and embarrassed Egypt. We embarrassed Kemet, made them look foolish. You dig what I'm talking about? And some of the things that they brought out is just, in the debate that people thought that they was cooking on or, whatever. You dig what I'm saying? It was actually non-factual in, you know what I'm saying? In most of the information is old and has been debunked. Not what I'm saying, it's what science is saying. Right? So this is Asar M. Ka, right? Telling you that he is certified in the Big Bang theory. He's going to try to use a theory to justify or prove a myth, right? Watch. That's his whole point of this is his whole tactic that he's taking in the debate. I want you to understand that. Watch this.
Lining up with the scientific theories, the foundations of science. I'm Seba Asam Ka giving you this. This is my certificate from the Big Bang to dark energy theory. So I'll be matching my theory with the Big Bang as we go forth. And yes, I'm certified with the math through the University of Tokyo. Cosmology theory. So I'll be matching my theory with the Big Bang as we go forth. And yes, I'm certified with the math through the University of Tokyo.
Now you heard him. Now you heard him say he's going to try to prove using the Big Bang theory the creation myth of Kemet. But what my uninformed commission combatant doesn't understand is that you can't use a theory to prove a myth. Can you use a theory to prove a myth? No, you cannot use a scientific theory like Big Bang to prove a myth like the creation myth of Kemet. Now look at this. Not only did I just knock him down, the show that he knocked out as a key concept in science, right, is that a theory can never, ever, ever be definitively proven. And a myth, as in the Commission creation myth, all 5 of them, by definition, a myth, the creation myth, by definition, is not based on factual evidence, making it impossible to validate using a scientific framework. So right there, you just daggered yourself. Let Cosma just slide you on in the trunk, punk.
Create a gang is crazy. Boy, y'all better pay attention.
Right. Now, I want to blow this up a little bit, make sure everybody can see it. All right. Let's get over here. This is the scientific evidence against Big Bang. So, Asar M. Ka, your so-called paper or certificate on cosmology, which the debate was not about. The debate is about cosmogony, right? Which is a branch of science that deals with the universe, yes, but specifically the creation of our solar system, right? Now, his whole point was that he was going to try to use a theory to validate a myth. Since we already debunked that is an impossibility, let's go into debunking his theory, right? This is from LPPFfusion.inc. You dig what I'm talking about? Go check them out. These are some scientists really doing it big out here in the game. Now, this is the scientific evidence against the Big Bang theory. Now, the contradictions between Big Bang theory predictions, or excuse me, the contradictions between Big Bang Theory predictions and observations are not at all limited to those that have been widely dubbed a crisis in cosmology. Despite the continuing popularity of the theory, right, the Big Bang, essentially every prediction of the Big Bang Theory has been increasingly contradicted by better and better data, as shown by many teams of researchers. The observations are, on the other hand, consistent with a non-expanding universe with no Big Bang. That is a headshot. No Big Bang. The real crisis in cosmology is that the Big Bang never happened. Ooh-wee. Key contradicted predictions, right? The first one that Big Bang predicted that they got wrong and was debunked is light elements, or lithium and helium. The prediction from Big Bang was any superhot explosion throughout the universe, like the Big Bang, would have generated a certain small amount of light element, lithium, and a large amount of helium. But what we actually see in real life, observable in creation, is that yet, as astronomers have observed older and older stars, the amount of lithium observed has gotten less and less. And in the oldest stars is less than 1/10, not even a tenth of the predicted level. The oldest stars near to us have less than half the amount of helium predicted. However, well understood fusion processes in stars and reactions initiated by cosmic rays have actually and accurately predicted the correct amounts of these and other light elements. So, right? The reactions initiated by cosmic rays, etheric waves, have accurately predicted the current amount of these and other light elements. Let's go into more of what science has to say about debunking and Asarum Ka and that silly Big Bang. I keep telling y'all there's only two cosmogonies in the world. There's the Big Bang, and then there's the creators over here in Owaspie. There's only two in the world. Every other so-called story that tries to explain how creation and when creation was created and with what is just a myth. Two cosmogonies in the world: Big Bang and the cosmogony of vortex found in Owaspie. Number two that has been debunked: the antimatter-matter annihilation. The prediction from Big Bang was, since the intense radiation of the Big Bang would produce matter and antimatter in equal amounts, mutual annihilation of antiparticle pairs would reduce the surviving matter density to around 10 to the negative 17th power. But what we actually see is that the matter density in the universe is observed to be at least 10 to the negative 7th ions. More than 10 billion times higher than what the Big Bang predicted. Now, the Big Bang fix to the prediction, is to try to fix this well-known vast gap. To try to fix this well-known vast gap, right? Big Bang theorists have proposed some unknown asymmetry some unknown, they just making it up, between matter and antimatter, which would lead to more production of matter. Yeah, the production is there, so they just trying to make up, well, there's something there that does it. Yeah. No, you're wrong. You need to go back to the drawing board and take your boy Asaram College. This has never, ever been observed in laboratory experiments. So they just making it up. A consequence of this predicted imbalance is the decays of the proton, initially predicted to decay with a lifetime of 10 to the 30th power years. The large-scale experiments have contradicted this prediction as well. When science is telling you, oh, Big Bang is this, Big Bang is this. But when you actually look at the creation, what can be observed is opposite. And debunks the theories put forth by Big Bang and its adherents and religious devotees. Because, right, Big Bang is a belief no different than Christianity. Surface brightness. Prediction in Big Bang is that any expanding universe, an optical illusion, makes objects at high redshift appear larger and dimmer. So their surface brightness, the ratio of apparent brightness to apparent area, declines sharply with redshift. That's what they're saying. They're saying the further you go, the more the redshift, right? The closer you are, the more the blue, right? This is what they're saying. But in real time, science sees that based on the observations of thousands of galaxies, surface brightness is completely constant with distance. It doesn't get redder or bluer by distance. As Asaram Kaz expected, as is expected in the universe that is not expanding. Based on observations of thousands of galaxies, surface brightness is completely constant with distance. As expected in a universe that is not expanding, not from a Big Bang. You would see red wherever it was being produced. But what y'all don't understand is, and what many of the scientists don't understand, and people who just regurgitate what the scientists of old are saying, they think that by the distance away from it is the redshift. But we're finding out that it's not. And what redshift actually has to do with is the age of a planet or star. The younger a planet, star, solar system is, the redder and hotter it is. The more older it is, it tends to blue and then whiten out and then disappear. And we see that everywhere at all distances. So we see old and young galaxies and stars right next to each other, debunking this whole surface brightness talk in Big Bang period. Now, Big Bang fix to prediction. This is how you fix. This is how they trying to fix. After observation showed that the surface brightening dimming did not occur, Big Bang has been debunked. Big Bang theorists, right? They had to go back to the drawing board. So they hypothesized that galaxies were much smaller in the distant past and have grown greatly. So they got to come up with something new. But observations have contradicted this fix as well, showing that there have not been enough galaxy mergers for the growth rates needed. In addition, the ultra-small galaxies hypothesized would have to have more mass in stars than total mass. An obvious impossibility. Headshot. Right? Leaning towards what Owaski is telling y'all. You dig what I'm saying? This ain't got nothing to do with no Big Bang. What blew up? What blows up objectively in real life and creates a life? Nothing. Nothing. Two large structures. The prediction from Big Bang was that in the Big Bang theory, the universe is supposed to start off completely smooth and homogeneous. Structure starts small and grows over time. Didn't they just try to explain that? Same thing with the galaxies, but we don't see that objectively in real time, right? What do we see? As telescopes have peered farther into space, huger and huger structures of galaxies have been discovered, which are too large to have been formed in the time since the Big Bang. Oh my. You standing on this, right? Your whole degree ain't even worth the paper it was written on, Asar. Let that sink in, man. You went over there to Tokyo, ate some raw fish and sushi. You dig what I'm talking about? Kicked it. Ni hao, ni hao. You was kicking it like a mug over there, bro. And they duped you. Charged you for a degree. Actually, the little piece of paper or certificate or degree just proves to what degree you were indoctrinated. This is crazy, man, that you would stand on this without even looking at it. You never looked at the opposing, you know what I mean, point of view. You never even looked at it. It's crazy. What about cosmic microwave background radiation or the CMB? Y'all don't know nothing about that. I ain't never heard none of y'all talk about it on no conscious level. You dig what I'm talking about? I've heard people try to say it is God or something, or electricity. No, they say electromagnetism is God. That's what they say. But that's crazy too, because something makes electromagnetism. Nothing can make the creator. Right? Doesn't have parents or anything that it uses to make itself. It just is. So even that has been debunked. But let's get to these cosmic microwave background radiation, right? And it's anisotropies, right? The prediction from Big Bang is that the CMB is a smooth relic of the initial radiation of the Big Bang. But what we really observe is that the cosmic microwave background, or CMB, is smooth on such large scales that in a Big Bang, there would be too little time for regions that we now see in different parts of the sky to reach equilibrium with each other, or even to receive energy from each other at the speed of light. There ain't even enough time, even at the speed of light. It's an impossibility. This is what they tried to do to fix it, though, right? Because everything that they've been showing has been getting debunked. So this was they fix. So they tried. An unknown force, right? An unknown force. They just made it up, called inflation. Now, they ain't never observed this, but this is what they coming up with to try to explain what they're actually seeing away. An unknown force that don't nobody know nothing about, called inflation, generated an exponential phase of the Big Bang that blew up the universe so rapidly that all asymmetries were smoothed away. Huh? How, Sway? So they just came up with that, right? Now, additional observations. The actual very small asymmetries in the CMB were much smaller than those predicted by the Big Bang. Wrong again. Huh? They were smaller than those predicted by Asar M. Ka, a theorist. Huh? And additional fixes had to be added to the theory each time the observations became more and more precise. Huh? Debunked. So that at present, 7 free variables. Huh? The density of dark matter, of ordinary matter, of dark energy, and 4 additional fitting parameters are needed to fit the observations. They ain't there. They still badly fail with some of the largest scale anisotropies. The latest crisis, based on data from the Planck satellite, the best fit to the CMB predicts a Hubble constant, huh? Or what Owaspie explains as the grand vortex, the movement of our solar system. Right? And we are in a spiral, not only galaxy, but we are in a spiral solar system. Right? That Hubble constant moves out and inwards. Right? The best fit to the cosmic microwave background, hush up, predicts a Hubble constant, the ratio of redshift to distance, in conflict with observations based on supernovas. The best fit imply a curved universe, huh? In conflict with the predictions of inflation or a flat, plane universe, right? This is what we see when we observe it. We don't see no flat universe. We don't see the predictions of inflation either. And they predict a density of dark matter. Didn't Daryl Cosmon explain the ether? And they predict a density of dark matter. This so-called dark matter they looking for, all they got to do is get out their own way. It's space. But since they've been lying to the people about going to space, when they told the people they went to space by going to the moon, they don't know that many times, and why the telemetry is a lot of times off, right? Is that space is a fluid, right? It's a fluid, and it's in motion, right? It says the best fit implies a curved universe, like we've been saying, with the vortex, in conflict with predictions of inflation or a flat universe. The flat power dude's gonna be mad on this because they think it's a plane that just runs all the way out. And they predict a density of dark matter far greater than any measurements derived from the motion of galaxies. The thing is, what they don't understand is that ether can't be detected. Ether is the most rarefied substance in all creation. It is around, under, above, and in all things, right? And sublimates all corporeal material, right? When you put that corporeal material in a vortexian or spiral motion, it creates force. That force creates substance, or what we know as corporeal physicality, visible physicality, right? So to actually prove ether, you would look at what ether is sublimating, and its result is radiation, right? Sublimated material creating radiation. It is everywhere. That is the proof of ether. You don't prove it by looking at it. You can't see it. You'll never see it. You must understand what ether does to the physical world and look for its result. And its result is radiation. And everywhere in the whole galaxy universe is nothing but cosmic radiation. What's causing it? In the middle of space where you're telling us there is nothing. It's not that there is nothing, it's just transparent. This is what they're calling dark energy. It's a fluid that has material caught up in it, and it's spiraling, right? You got to understand what you're looking at. Now, the latest crisis, based on the data from the Planck satellite, in contrast to the multiple contradictions of the Big Bang Theory and the cosmic microwave background, is with its ultra precise but wrong predictions. That Big Bang Theory gives ultra precise but wrong predictions to what we should see. Non-Big Bang processes provide a better explanation. Take that. Told you that little piece of paper ain't worth what it's written on. Your ideology, you can throw your whole ideology in the trash, right? Because the Creator Gang coming to change science as a whole. The energy that was released in producing the observed helium in the universe equal to the energy in the cosmic microwave background. Any radiation become isotropized if it travels in a medium that scatters it. What is the medium? It's space, aka ether. So yes, James Clerk Maxwell was right. Hertz was right. Tesla was right. And your boy Einstein was wrong. There is a medium. And this is why his theory of relativity is a sham, right? And it's only a half put together garment at best. At best. The king still ain't got no clothes on. I want to go back though and emphasize this right here. The energy that was released in producing the observed helium in the universe equal the energy in the cosmic microwave background. How much y'all want to bet that helium is the number one element in the universe? Why? Because it is a production of ether on matter. Ether reacting on matter causes helium. That process gives off radiation. It is the cosmic microwave background. This is what they're not understanding. It's right in their face. Any radiation isotropized if it travels in a medium that scatters it. There is abundant observational evidence that microwave frequency radiation is scattered in the intergalactic medium. What about dark matter? This is another prediction of Big Bang. Did they ever end up finding this dark matter? No. Right? At least Owaski offers up a sensible explanation of what this so-called dark matter is. In effect, it's not dark, it's just see-through. Imagine, right? You got a cup, right? You fill it up with water, a glass, you fill it up with water, right? You put 2 spoons of sugar in there, right? The sugar goes down to the bottom, you can still see it. But once you put that fluid that would equal or equate to space, stop. Sit down. Sit. Good dog. That would equate to space. Once you put it in motion, which would equate the vortex, the sugar disappears in the water. It is sublimated in the water. But the proof is that it's sublimated, it doesn't disappear, or now it's translucent, is that if you evaporate the water, the sugar will still be in the cup. And dig this, to prove ether and its sublimation and how it acts upon certain materials or all material is that, let's say you take that same cup, you mix 2 spoons of sugar in there and you mix 2 spoons of salt. Also, you give it a rotary motion or you spin it, right? The salt and the sugar will disappear in the water. But nonetheless, there's still 2 salt spoons and 2 sugar spoons in there. But if you evaporate it, right, guess what happens? The salt and the sugar combine to make a salt-sugar mix. That is the same thing that happens in space with, let's say, hydrogen and oxygen. It is something outside of them that moves them and allows them to combine onto each other. This is how one part of oxygen takes on 2 parts of hydrogen. It is mixed in a solution, put in a rotary motion. Science calls that dark matter. Owaski says and gives a greater understanding that dark matter that you're calling dark matter is actually space. Right? It's a fluid. It has substance and character. And so for instance, in between heavenly bodies, there are sublimated materials that can't be seen with the physical eye, but they are thick enough that a man could walk on. Let that sink in a second. Dark matter is actually space. Let that sink in a second. They can't find it. I just showed you how to look at it and find it. The Big Bang Theory requires the existence of dark matter, mysterious particles that have never been observed in the laboratory, despite huge experiments to find them. Now, what I'm suggesting, we've already found the elements, right? The proof that, you dig what I'm talking about, this dark matter produces elements more dense towards the earth and the greater and more rarefied at the extremity of our atmosphere, is called the periodic table of elements. Huh? When you look at the periodic table of elements, the most abundant, helium, but all the rest of them are very dense and are down by here by Earth, right? All of them. But when you get to the higher, more rarefied, more nuclear base, that's out in space and it's rare. Why? Because a greater spin is acting upon the corporeal material caught in the solution or dark matter, which we know is space. The greater spin is producing more rarefied substances, where more rarefied substances are found. While down here towards the earth, we have the denser, heavier metals and, silicons, and heavier carbon-based things towards the earth, right? The prediction of Big Bang is that the Big Bang requires the existence of dark matter, mysterious particles that have never, ever been observed in the laboratory, despite huge experiments to find them. Observation. Multiple lines of evidence, especially observations of the motions of galaxies, show that this dark matter does not exist. Now, we're not caping for dark matter. We just gave you another way to show you what dark matter is. It's the space around what you're looking at. Ooh-wee. It's a whole other way of looking at it. Huh? But that dark matter and that Big Bang theory, or this primordial sludge and ooze out here, it don't exist. Extremely sensitive experiments on Earth have failed to detect dark matter particles. In addition, didn't I tell you ether can't be detected? But what ether does can be detected. Huh? Let that sink in. In addition, dark matter, if it existed, would create a viscosity. Didn't I tell you space is a fluid? The ether is a fluid. You only get viscosity in a fluid. Right? Let's look at that real quick. What is viscosity? Right? And does it act on fluids? Right? Let's remember, right? We're talking about space or ether being fluid, right? Viscosity is the resistance of a what? A fluid, liquid or gas, to change in shape or movement of neighboring portions relative to one another. Viscosity denotes opposition to flow, or how fast a thing moves in its fluid form, right? For instance, if you put a hole in the bottom of a cup and you pour honey in it, the honey is going to pour out slower. It's going to be more viscous, right? Then if I took that same cup and I poured water through it, the water will come out fast, right? It is less viscous. So when you try not to move, that means you're more viscous, right? The reciprocal of the viscosity is called the fluidity, right? Why are we talking about fluidity in space? Huh? If it's not a medium up there, how could you have fluidity? And if that medium is not fluid, how could there be fluidity? Cosmon is telling you why you're seeing the fluidity is because ether, or the translucent fluid that has everything caught up in it, is misnomered as space, right? And has a viscosity to it, right? This is how you prove that NASA was lying. Ain't no way you flew nothing out into space, right? Getting past our atmosphere, which spins so fast, by the way, and there's more power at the extremity than down by the earth. Think like bike tire. It's greater power at the extreme on the wheel than it is at the center. Feel what I'm saying? This disproves by itself gravity. Ain't no pull, it's push. This is how the proof of the push. We have a force on Earth called pressure, right? If the air is not pressurizing the Earth, or if it is pressurizing the Earth, what makes the air pressurized? What makes it move? The vortex. Yeah, but right, let's get back to it, right? If there is the dark matter, right? I'm saying science got it wrong, right? In addition, dark matter, if it existed, would create a viscosity effect on galaxies, solar systems, your planet, the moon, and we see it. This so-called or misunderstood viscosity is misunderstood as gravity. You see why they can't find it? They don't know what they're looking at. The proof of the viscosity, they misnomer as gravity. In addition, dark matter, if it existed, would create a viscosity. It would be thick on the edges. It would be moving at a speed that you would have to shoot yourself circular around. It'd be like catching a wave on a surfboard. You couldn't just like shoot straight out. You'd have to get in the orbit and then speed up to the outside part of the of our atmosphere, and then like move into it at the same speed, and then catch the ride around and shoot out the other side like a slingshot. Funny, all heavenly bodies move in that way. Why? Because space is fluid and is viscous. Hence, here's your dark matter, but you can't prove it, sir. Huh? Because you don't have a true cosmogony. You are not in touch with the creator. In addition, dark matter, if it existed, would create a viscosity effect on galaxies that would prevent the existence of the many long-lived groups of galaxies that are observed. The response of most cosmologists to this growing body of evidence has unfortunately not been to decide the Big Bang Theory has been falsified, but to add new parameters. Asarim. Now you're going to add Kemet, that commission myth. Oh, sorry, you can't do it, buddy. We already debunked you. You can't prove a myth with a theory. The presence of most cosmologists, right? The response of most cosmologists is to just think up new parameters and hypotheses like dark energy. The theory is now far more complex and speculative than the Ptolemaic epicycles that were destroyed by the scientific revolution. Each contradiction with observation is taken as a mere anomaly that does not undermine the theory as a whole. Strong peer pressure is applied against many of those who question the theory. They trying to hold up this ideology because it may take some food off their plate. They are more worried about self than they are truth or helping the whole of humanity, right? Or just being a 100 person. This means you're morally bankrupt. If you're not willing to stand on the truth or change it, just change what you thought. Nobody's telling you to throw away everything you ever thought, but make it make sense. Don't come with more parameters. Just understand that what you had was wrong and come with a new idea. That's science. It's as if researchers are saying, I can see the emperor's elbow through his new clothes. I can see the emperor's knee through his new clothes and so on, says Lerner. It's time to say the emperor is not wearing any clothes. This theory has no correct prediction and is debunked. We understand what the majority has to say, but as Owaspy already explains, the majority is always the lesser light. Always. So if you go on with what the majority of most people say, you are already in the dark spot and don't even know it. You think you didn't thought your way up out of it. Nope. So same thing with this presidency with Trump and all with the other one. You go red, blue, Democrat, Republican. You don't understand that they're two heads of the same snake. It's just a double-headed snake. He's got one body. Two fake faces, right? Two fake faces called Democrat and Republican, right? But it's only one mouth. Notice that. It's only one military doing the biting. It's only one mouth because it's only one belly because it's the same snake. It just got a mask on. It make you think it's two-headed. It's not even two-headed. It's just time to say a snake is a snake is a snake. Just like this theory, right? Asarim Ka? Your theory has been debunked, sir. You might as well burn that piece of paper. Cosmon coming with a whole new everything. We gonna change the world while you stuck as a musty mummy 3000 BC molding, you know what I mean? Festering in the great halls of Ma'at, the halls of Amenti, and the pyramid of Giza. You stuck back there 5,000 years ago, and you haven't advanced. And the only way you can try to advance was to think that you could prove your myth with a theory that came from the 1930s, 1940s. But mind you, the theory you're trying to apply to Kemet is Catholic. It comes from a Catholic priest, George Lemetry. It comes from the Christians. Uh-oh. To replace the Big Bang, other researchers have elaborated in peer-reviewed publications alternative explanations of the generation of light elements and of the energy in the cosmic background radiation by ordinary stars, and of the development of large-scale structures. This is cosmogony. Huh? The development of large-scale structures like solar systems, which none of y'all went into y'all debate. That's why y'all got beat up so bad. I'm going to show the debate, too, in full, but I just wanted to get this one out, man, because Asar M. Cobb made himself look terrible. Ooh-wee. Napad, too. Jabari, too. Y'all whole team was terrible. You, Asar, you did the best, and it was terrible. Where the real commissions at? Yeah, so it'll be all right. Y'all just got to hold that L. You dig what I'm saying? Because the people see it now. Yeah. Yeah. No one would claim that all the problems in cosmology have been resolved, agrees Lerner, but the evidence is consistent with an evolving but non-expanding universe, which had no beginning in time and had no Big Bang, just like the Creator told you. All was, is, and ever shall be. That's past, present, and future. So there is nothing now that hasn't already been, and that won't for always be. Huh? It got ugly out there fast, y'all.
Smoother, smaller, older, and more diverse than previously expected, leading scientists to reconsider their understanding of the universe's formation and evolution. The Big Bang Theory posits that the universe began around 13.7 billion years ago from a singularity, a hot and dense point that expanded and formed the universe. However, the galaxies observed by JWST do not fit this model. They are smoother, lacking the chaotic formations predicted by the theory. Instead of showing evidence of galaxy collisions, these galaxies appear orderly and well-structured. The James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, has recently discovered about 750 new galaxies that challenge the widely accepted Big Bang Theory. These galaxies are smoother, smaller, older, and more diverse than previously expected, leading scientists to reconsider their understanding of the universe's formation and evolution. The Big Bang Theory posits that the universe began around 13.7 billion years ago from a singularity, a hot and dense point that expanded and formed the universe. However, the galaxies observed by JWST do not fit this model. They are smoother, lacking the chaotic formations predicted by the theory. Instead of showing evidence of galaxy collisions, these galaxies appear orderly and well-structured. To James.
So the crazy part is, not only can you not, you dig what I'm talking about, use a theory to prove a myth, right? Not only is that just scientifically off base, you know, which in a sense is you debunking yourself, me debunking you, objective reality and science all at the same time, debunking your whole talking point, because it can't be done, period. Right? But not only are we going to debunk you, hit you in the head, You dig what I'm saying? Till you get this understanding, we gonna let the inventor or the person who theorized Big Bang himself tell you you can't justify your creation mythos, right? Your religious ideology, your cult worship of Osar, right? Improve its creation myth by using his Big Bang theory. He wouldn't even allow his own religious ideology to push it. So why would he then turn around and allow you and Kemet and the so-called adepts, just go around and make it up how you want to, right? Because he says to prove your mythos, you can't use Big Bang. Let's let George Lemitri tell you himself, right? Big Bang can't be used as proof for an article of faith. This is what you won't understand, bro. My little brother told you, we'll make you famous, Asarim Ka. We'll make you famous. Now, between religion and science, George Lemitri, Pope Pius XII, and the Big Bang Theory, written by Alexander Van Biezen, right? Now, this is from the introduction of the article. George Lemitri, born in 1894, died in 1966. He was a Belgian priest and a brilliant physicist who in 1931 developed the innovative hypothesis that the universe once must have had a beginning and that it has expanded from a single infinitesimally small point, which he called the primeval atom. Now, later on, this would become known as the what? The Big Bang Theory. So you trying to use Christian ideology to prove your Kemetian creation mythos? That's nasty work. Huh? You wasn't gonna never get that past me, bro. Huh? That is nasty work. You are trying to prove a Kemetian story with the ideology of the Christians, which is Big Bang. That is nasty work. When you will turn around and just start roasting Christians, and you don't even, it don't even matter. You roast Catholic, Christian all together, and yet you turn around trying to prove your theory. Use the Christian theory to prove your Kemetic ideology. Ain't that sick? Huh? And yet you turn around and point the finger. Wow. But let's see what George Lemitri say. The man who thought up. You got your little doctrine in it. You got your little certificate. I told you, it ain't worth the paper it's written on. Why? Because the man who thought it up in 1951, right, did this. Pope Pius held a speech in which he saw in Lemitri's theory, right? In Lemitri's theory, a scientific confirmation of the Christian doctrine of creation. So if the Pope is looking at this, trying to see this as a Christian doctrine of creation, why are you or any commission, coming with a Christian doctrine trying to prove your creation commission myth? Nasty work. See, it hit different when you slow this down. Right? Big Bang is Christian doctrine. Day one. Surprisingly enough, but look what Lemitri told him. Look what Lemitri would have told you, Asar. Lemitri was opposed this official statement of the Pope. He even traveled to the Vatican in order to convince the Pope, and with success, to stop advancing his theory of Big Bang as proof of the creation stories of Genesis or the creation stories of Kemet. It's the same thing. It's the same goofy trick. You've been indoctrinated, and yet you point at the people. You dig what I'm talking about? Other people who indoctrinate and say, ha, 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 my God is deader than yours, I guess. I guess that's what your God is dead. Egypt is trash. Kemet is done. It's been done. You know what I mean? Ever since Alexander came through and crushed the buildings. You dig what I'm talking about? Came with the more potent Greek gods. Christians smashed them. Now the Islamics got it. I'm just wondering when you Negroes in America gonna go get it, since y'all claiming y'all them people. Stop telling people this theory is proof of the creation stories of Kemet, Asar Ka, Napa Shaddai, Jabari Osaze. You softer than Sade. According to Lemitri, a cosmological theory, which is always hypothetical and provisional, can never, ever, forever, Asar, can never be used as proof nor as refutation of an article of faith. He defended the theological position, which is what you're trying to do, and trying to pass it off as it's real science. That's why I asked you, what does homosexuality, right? And what does bisexuality or transsexuality, how does that been teaching those ideologies in your creation myth? How does teaching those to our children benefit them scientifically? You didn't have an answer. Dagger. Huh? This is what you should have did, Asar Car. You should have just stood on your theological position because you indoctrinated with religious ideology, sir. You are in a penis worshiping cult. Look it up. It's a simple Google search. He defended the theological position. It would be wrong to reduce God, your Osiris, your Osar, to a scientific hypothesis, your Amun, right? Your Amun Ra, your Ptah, your Khnum, your Noon. Yeah. But you ain't figured it out yet. It'll be all right, though. Yeah. It's going to be all right. Just like our ancestors used to tell us. Keep living, keep learning. But it ain't smart to keep running up against these creator gang boys. We'll make you famous.
Yeah, the gang coming. Creator gang coming. Turning up the light and watching boys start running. Let me tell you something, we ain't out here doing nothing. I can tell you scared, boy, niggas stop fronting. It was all in the plan.
Create a gang is crazy. Boy, y'all better pay attention.
Create a gang is undefeated. Create a gang is undefeated. Know that. Know that. They not like us. Separate the real from the fake is a must. We stand on creator and no God we trust. Team Kemets got crushed into powder and dust. Woo! Kemet looking bad now. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many men down? Look at us all running, ducking, trying to skip town. Now power one it in. You Hebrew, what you Kemet now? Siding with the people that enslaved your own people now. Chop you up into pieces and throw you in the river now. Bet you right beside you get ate by Kemetic crocodile. Look, we got them running, covering square miles. Scared to death, what's left only to take the crown. Get smashed down on your own stomping ground. We took over like the Hicksons on your turf doing a disco. 2-stepping, no half-stepping with the info. You wouldn't even know the book of the dead, bro, if it wasn't for the translation done by my sparrow. Your time's narrow, semi-missiles blow out your arch arrows. Arches down, so goes the pharaoh. I saw him reading the glyphs like he an expert, but where he learned that from? This about to hurt. First translation came from Samuel Birch. European Egyptology gave you it first. You couldn't translate a bird to a word without looking up them European definition verbs. Y'all niggas acting like y'all blackity black, fronting to the people, man, y'all niggas actually whack. Your pathetic Kemetic creation myth is a trap. The blind leading the blind with no actual facts. Shabario Saze, you softer than Sade. Come to find out he followed Yahweh. That was your execution, you par Rosicrucian. Western thought you using, you are quite confusing. Don't know what you doing, how my eye got you moving. Right now you are losing, at your wake I'm viewing. R.I.P. communion, mummy wrapped in ruin. OSP is ruling, science has been proven. All motion moving, you live in an illusion. Who you think you fooling, think you need some schooling. It's like Reggie out here living in a ghost town, walking around like I see dead people around. I don't believe in spirits, but I believe them now. Stuttering Stanley, you can have a seat now.
Stuttering Stanley, stuttering Stanley, stuttering Stanley, stuttering Stanley. You freak.
Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. 69 gods, 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. 69 gods, 69 gods. Create a gang is undefeated. Create a gang is undefeated. And it's gonna remain that way. And it's gonna remain that way.
Kamala backed Biden on everything. She supported his disastrous economic agenda, higher taxes on the middle class.
We fight as a single, impenetrable unit. That is the source of our strength.
See, all I need you to do is breathe in. Let that light in. Cause I'm Cosmine. And I'm out. I got a whole bunch of stuff to come for y'all. You dig what I'm saying? So, hey, y'all just breathe in, let that light in.
And oh yeah, put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feel it when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, just that Japheth, that chow mein, that Papabull, that Tao mein, since sunset in the arc of Wayne, my brain moving like Tao Sang, so ass above, it's so below, that up and that down thing, this flow is atmospherian, I call that a ground game, see water is knowledge, so if I'm teaching, you're learning, so how your God make a sun without vortexian current, see the pattern is ponic, I'm reaching out for my people, oh I speak flow through your speakers, you feel the force of the ether, and when the force hits the equal, I'm taking off like an eagle. Police popped the pastor yesterday for pushing Puerto. My DNA is Moshe. Mix that thing with higher water. My spirit rate is OTN. It's just a higher order. Got more light than Kavita. Rap a lot just like Tila. Went from sinner to saint. Shout out my big homie Sela. Got more torque than a sports car. Got more work than a door star. And the 4 million I make, I'm giving the Dr. Umar. Oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air. Oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air. Oh yeah. Super 7 in my rites and ceremonies. I'm married to Jehovah, holy matrimony. Confucius say, in the words of Caillou, before you hit the tomb, be a bridegroom. Only got one question for Miss Susan B. On how to last Ahuin is now a ennui. Blame my inspiration, I'm just thinking thoughts. But in the way of God's, we gon' keep it short. Why Jesus wanna kill me, Matthew 10:34. Just a couple questions that I'm needing to know. Oh, watch me flow, it's so potent. Set the vortex in motion. Super 7, I'm floating across the Aegean Ocean. Oh, you a Muslim now, so I guess you make it feel like. Well, I'm an Israelite, I'ma make him at the Shabbat. Got Moses on the bumper, super slap off in my spaceship photosphere. So I stay lit, peace and light to the faith is so Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air. Oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air. Oh yeah.
Fight as a single, impenetrable unit. That is the source of our strength.